go, brownies, here we go. Here we go, brownies, here we go. Here we go, brownies, here we go. Here we go, here we go. Here we go, brownies, here we go. Here we go, brownies, here we go. Here we go, brownies, here we go. Here we go, here we go. Cleveland is the city and town, orange and brown. You know what's going down, we reppin' that dog pound. Fans going crazy, dogs want a bone. Offense headed straight to the end zone. Ground game, pound game, this is our season. Now we need to stop. Let's go defense, special team, running back 6 for the score. Extra point good and the whole crowd roar. Here we go, brownies, here we go. Here we go, brownies, here we go. Here we go, brownies, here we go. Here we go, here we go.
Good afternoon, everybody. East, West, North, South, worldwide. What's good? And welcome to All About Sports 216 Cleveland Browns pregame show here on December the 7th, 2025. This is your man Keith Allen on this Sunday afternoon, chilly Sunday afternoon, as I will preview the Tennessee Titans coming to Cleveland to visit the Cleveland Browns. Tennessee Titans are 1-11 on the season. The Cleveland Browns are 3-9, so neither team is going anywhere fast. Let's just say that. Neither team is going anywhere fast. But I will give you some things that hopefully should help to get the Browns another win. And they can get to 4-9 and everything. First things first. Let me go over here into my captions here real quick. For the pregame show, hit me up. The chat lines are open. Holler at me. If you want to say good afternoon, do that. You want to say what's up? What's up? You want to tell me that both teams suck? Or why is we talking about this game? Feel free to do that and everything. But holler at me. The chat lines are open. I'll give you the keys to the game, the quick picks. And today is a monumental game today. It's definitely a monumental game because you have Shedeur Sanders going up against Cam Ward, which technically, if you go by what a lot of draft prognosticators said last year before the draft, that these were the top 2 quarterbacks or top 3 quarterbacks. As you go with Cam Ward, Shedeur Sanders, Jackson Dart. These were the top 3 quarterbacks to be had in the draft last year. Supposedly, Cam Ward went number 1 to Tennessee. Shedeur Sanders went in the 5th round. Jackson Dart went late 1st round to the New York Giants. And I also want to give a shout out to everybody that's watching on X and everybody that's watching on YouTube, everybody that's watching on Facebook, and everybody that's watching me on Instagram. Get the likes up for me. Get the likes up, share the video so the algorithm can pick up the video and more people can watch and enjoy. But like I said, these were supposed to be 2 of the top quarterbacks in the draft last year. Now, Cam Ward went 1 to Tennessee. Jackson Dart went late in the 1st round to the Giants. And Shedeur went to the 5th round to the Browns and everything. Even though I don't think he's not a 5th round talent by no means. I think he should at least went 1st round or 2nd if latest. But 5th round, nah. 5th round Wasn't cool at all, but you know how the NFL have their way of doing things. So, Hey, but despite all that, they're both here and they're both ready to go to battle and start today at Brown Stadium today. And we'll see who is the number one quarterback of the two. Even though you can't really judge them both because, honestly, let's just be real and be quaint. Both teams are lousy. Tennessee Titans are lousy. The Cleveland Browns offensive side of the ball, lousy. So it's really hard to get a book out on both quarterbacks, Cam Ward and Shedeur Sanders. But they got to navigate with what they have and everything. They just got to navigate with what they have. But it should be an interesting game. I'm all in to watch. Should be an interesting watch. Then we'll see who is that guy between the two and everything. We'll definitely see who is the guy between the two. Cleveland Browns, really, if you really look at it with the Browns, even though they're 3-9, their defense a defense has really basically held this team together for the most part. Basically held this team together. Now, last week, when the Cleveland Browns lost to the San Francisco 49ers, 26-8, really wasn't really on the Browns' defense. It was on the Browns' special teams. Whew, they've been an eyesore. And think about it, special teams done lost about 3 games this year for the Browns. 3 games for the Browns. The special teams. Last week, I can go through everything. Special teams gaffes and blunders. Last week, they give up a 66-yard punt return. You'll say, okay, it might happen every once in a while. But for the Browns, it happens too often. Way too often. 66-yard punt return, which set up a San Francisco touchdown. Then, Cleveland Browns take the lead, go up 8-7. So what does kicker Andrew Schmidt do? He kicks the ball for a touchback, which brings the ball up to the 40-yard line late in the first half, which gives the 49ers a short field of distance to go, and they kick a go-ahead field goal just before the half, and they're up 10-8. Right there. 10-8, where the Browns really should have been ahead. 10-8. Wasn't really like San Francisco did anything major. The Browns special teams just gave the game to them. But I'm not finished. Go to the second half. Malachi Corley fields a ball which should have went out of bounds. The Browns would have had the ball at the 40-yard line. Instead, he fields the ball at the 6-yard line and then goes out of bounds, which didn't bid well for the Browns. Then, on top of that, Gage Larvin fumbles a punt, and he had been stumbling and bumbling with the punts all day last week. Hopefully, they got that corrected. But he muffs a punt. 49ers score again. And then we're not going to even talk about the Browns' missed call plays on offense where they went for it on 4th down. And instead of letting the quarterback get the direct snap or running the wild dog, but I was wondering, why would you go for it on 4th down when you're down 10-8 and you're in your own 30-yard line? What sense does that make? Then you try to be tricky and have a tight end field the snap, which he ended up fumbling the snap. 49ers score again. So honestly, the Browns special teams and poor judgment on play calling gave that game away against the 49ers, and that was a winnable game. A very winnable game. And honestly, today, between these two teams, the Browns and the Tennessee Titans, I'm going to be honest, it's going to be who makes the most mistakes. The team that makes the most mistakes will come out on the losing side. I guarantee you that. And I expect the Browns to make some mistakes. I expect Tennessee to make some mistakes. But the team that makes the most mistakes will lose today. Will definitely lose today. Now, I'm going to go real quick and give you some keys to the game real quick. But first, before I go into the keys to the game, I got to give you a word from my sponsor, Anointed Angel Apparel. Anointed Angel Apparel, where faith, family, and fashion come together. From stylish t-shirts and cozy sweatshirts to dazzling bling rhinestone shirts that shine with purpose, we design every piece with God at the center. But we don't stop there. Discover personalized tumblers, beautiful photo slates, custom engraven, and even UV 3D textured home decor items that make your house a home. In every design, Anointed Angel Apparel carries a message of hope, faith, and love because we're more than just a brand. We're a family business devoted to lifting up the name of Jesus. Jesus. Shop with us today and wear your faith boldly. Anointed Angel Apparel, where your testimony becomes your style. Email anointedangel.apparel.com for a custom consultation. And I'm back. All About Sports 216 Cleveland Browns pregame show. And now I'm about to go real quick and give you all some keys to the game for the Browns. We're going to go defensively because that's where most of my faith lies with the Browns defense. Defense has been strong all year. Number one for the defense, neutralize the running game. And force Cam Ward into predictable down and distance. And then when you force Cam Ward in predictable down and distance, and when it becomes obvious passing downs like 3rd and long, 2nd and long, make Cam Ward uncomfortable in the pocket. Make him uncomfortable. It's a shame, unfortunately, for Malik Collins to be out now for the rest of the year and everything, because he was having a hell of a year. Hell of a year. But, hey, the Browns got depth at the defensive tackle position. Mike Hall Jr. could step in. Mason Graham, who's been doing stuff, wrecking havoc, steps in. I mean, hey. Make Cam Ward uncomfortable. Communication in the defensive backfield is definitely crucial on passing downs. I'm not really worried about Denzel Ward and Tyson Campbell, but the nickel corner kind of scares me. Nickel corner scares me. No mental lapses on defense. No pre-snap penalties or whatnot. And 5, which can help the Browns out, especially our offense out a great bit, force some turnovers. Which the Browns have been pretty good about that in recent weeks. Force some turnovers, which would be very advantageous to the Browns' position in this game. Now, I'm going to go to the offensive side of the ball. Offensive keys to the game. Establish the running game. Get Quinshon Judkins off and running. He can't be stopped. Get him off and running. But even though the offensive line has to block better, because a lot of times with Quinshon Judkins running or Dylan Sampson, shoot, the opposing defensive line being an offensive backfield. It's a miracle that Quinshon Judkins is getting the yards that he's getting everything. Fortunately, the first person that hits him misses a lot. Two, more vertical downfield passing. Shedeur has to take the next step. I think some of the training wheels will be off today. And he has to take the next step. And I think he has to go from college speed to pro speed of the game, where you got to look at those windows and you got to recognize quick and you got to throw with anticipation, Shedeur. Because in college, you throwing people where they're open. In the pros, you throw the players to get open. And it's a difference where throwing the people that are open as opposed to throwing people open. Because him and Jared Judy had a little spat last week and everything, which I will get into that a little bit later on and stuff, because I got my opinion and my take on the whole situation. 3, cut down on the mental mistakes. No pre-snap penalties. 4, no damn turnovers. Let's not do Tennessee any favors. No turnovers. And 5, Shedeur, take what is given. It's not always about the big play. Sometimes you have to go in the flat. Sometimes you have to go to your check down. It's okay. You live to play another down. Because sometimes the big play is not always going to be there, or the dramatic play is not always going to be there. Take what is given. Take what the defense gives you. If they give you some easy throws in the flat or whatnot, take those. Take those. Now, if you got a shot to take a shot, let it rip, buddy. Definitely let it rip. But Shedeur, take what is given. And if you do all that, I think the Browns will have a pretty successful day today. Now, Jared Judy and Shedeur gotten a little exchanged words on the sideline. I'm going to give you my take on the whole situation, because people could say Jared Judy was wrong. I can't say whether he was wrong or right. But if you look at the All-22 film, in some plays, Jared Judy was open all game. He was open all game. But what Jared Judy needs to do, pull your quarterback to the side and talk to him. Don't show him up. That wasn't cool. The display of hands and all this and all that, getting dramatical and all that stuff, that wasn't cool at all. You don't show your rookie quarterback up. Plus, did you have that same energy, Jared Judy, to Dylan Gabriel? Because he was throwing balls at your feet. And when he did put it on you, you was dropping passes. And I don't recall Dylan Gabriel coming at you with that energy. I don't recall Joe Flacco coming at you with that energy, especially in the Cincinnati game where he had a couple passes right in your hands that were incomplete or interception. And matter of fact, a couple weeks ago in the Raiders game, when you was doing the skip to Malu after Shador placed a perfect pass to you. I don't recall Shador coming at you with that kind of energy, Jared. You got a rookie quarterback. You got to bring him along. Don't beat him down. You got to bring him along. Don't beat him down, Jared Judy. And plus, you're really like the last that really should be coming at anybody with any energy at all. Any energy. Any negative energy. Because you lead the league in drop passes, buddy. But what you should have did is came over to the side, pulled him to the side, talked to him and everything like that constructively. Not deconstructively where you trying to strip him down in front of the whole team. Where they do that at? And plus, and Jared Judy, you the least out of everybody to come at anybody crazy. But hopefully, y'all worked y'all grievances out and y'all are ready to ball out today. Because today is what counts, Tennessee. Let's get that fourth win today. And like I said, Shador's got to look a little quicker and everything. He got to process it a little quicker and everything because, you know, he's not in Colorado no more and stuff. You got to process a little bit quicker. But so far with Shador, you know, I've seen progress and everything. I've seen progress. And I want to see more. I definitely want to see more and everything. But Jared Judy, never show your quarterback up like that. Especially a rookie quarterback. That ain't cool because you ain't had that same energy for Flacco. And Flacco or Dylan Gabriel didn't have that same energy for you. And with Dylan Gabriel sometimes was throwing at your feet. And he was 5 yards away from you. And you ain't had no energy like that for him, so don't do it to Shador and everything. That's definitely not cool at all. Totally not cool. And you supposed to be a veteran, buddy. You're supposed to be a vet. So you should know better, bruh. But anyway, got some other Browns news. Deshaun Watson. Yeah, Deshaun Watson. His 21-day window has gotten activated. Whether the Browns can determine in the 21 days whether he can return to the team on the official roster or they'll just keep him on PUP for the season. But the 21-day window has been activated and everything. And it's been a long road back for Deshaun. It's been a long road back. And I'm going to say this. A lot of people were up here saying that, why can't they just cut him? Billionaires are not going to throw away their investment. They're not going to throw away their investment at all. And he's still under contract for this year and next year. And the cap hit would be $80 million. And can you afford and absorb that? No. But a lot of people, especially here in Cleveland, get in their feelings, get emotional and stuff like that. Like, no. No. Plus, Deshaun has been helping out the young guys. He's been helping out Shador. He's been helping out Dylan Gabriel. Counseling them on their way along. Because you can say what you want to say about Deshaun, all you want to about all that mess off the field or whatever, but whiteboard, dude is immaculate. That whiteboard. Dude is immaculate. And I hope he gets it together and everything. I really hopefully he gets it together. And honestly, I'm gonna tell you this: I wouldn't be surprised if he takes snaps in the Browns uniform. I don't think it'll be this year, but next year, you never know. You never know because the Browns quarterback situation ain't settled. It ain't settled at all. And then you never know because the Browns might have a new coach. So it'll be a new hope, new outlook for Deshaun, Shador, Dylan, whoever's involved. Because honestly, even though I'm going to be honest, I ain't going to front, I was impressed by Fernando Mendoza last night. Every play he had to make against Ohio State, brother man made. But would I be willing to trade away my first two draft picks, then another draft pick for him? I don't think so. Because the Browns are in need of improvement in many areas, especially on offense. You don't have no offensive lineman signed in 2026. And I actually thought they was going to sign Wyatt Teller, but it looked like they ain't. Because Wyatt Teller is not playing today. The Browns are in need of wide receivers. Big need of wide receivers. Big need. Real big need of wide receivers. Whoa, wait a minute. Whoa. Ugh, that's ugly. This is ugly. This is ugly. But like I said, the Browns need help offensively big time. And they probably could use another tight end. Because I honestly don't think that Njoku is going to re-sign with this team this year. I think this is the last year here with the Browns. So they're going to need another tight end. So you're going to need wide receivers. You're going to need offensive linemen. And you're going to probably need another tight end. And I wouldn't mind every other draft pick: offensive lineman, wide receiver. Offensive lineman, wide receiver. Offensive lineman, tight end. That's how I'm looking forward to be in the draft and everything like that. So, like I said, the quarterback room probably next year is probably going to be Deshaun, Shador, and what's the kid name? Dylan Gabriel. But all those people that was emotional, they need to just cut Deshaun and everything. That's not happening in the real world. And you don't know no billionaire that's going to waste money. No billionaire. He going to see the end of it to his investment. He is. I'm just going to be honest. And Jimmy prints money. But he ain't about to throw away $80 million. And then you going to try to field a football team? No. Hell no. No. Mm-mm. No. But like I said, Deshaun is on his 21-day window. He probably got about 16 days left. And we'll see what happens and everything. But I still believe Shador should get the rest of the season as starting quarterback unless he get injured or hurt or whatnot. I still think he should get the rest of the season. For real. And we'll see what happens. And we'll definitely see what happens. Now, I'm going to go into The quick picks today, and my butt forgot to put my picture up on my quick picks. What am I doing? I go to the quick picks. Let's see. Where is the picture of the good guy at? Let's see. Where is the picture of the good guy? Going to my quick picks. I got this week 7 games I'm going to pick and predict upon. 7 games. Normally I do 6. I don't know why I did 7. Last week I was 3-3. Overall 40, 27, and 1. And we're going to start off with, let's see, the battle of the AFC North supremacy. The Pittsburgh Steelers visit the Baltimore Ravens. Both teams are 6-6. And be honest, if there's in any other division, they be done. They both be toast. Pittsburgh looks like they're reeling. For real. Shit, they might even finish under 500. Hell, I wouldn't be surprised, honestly, when Pittsburgh visits later on this month that the Browns beat them here. But Pittsburgh 6-6, Baltimore 6-6. My quick pick, I have to go with the Ravens. Even though Lamar hasn't looked like Lamar, and for some reason this team refuses to run Derrick Henry consistently, I still got the Ravens pulling this game out. And I think they're going to pull it out 27-17. Because I think all the wheels are falling off in Pittsburgh. All the wheels. Which leads me to this game. The Indianapolis Colts with Indiana Jones go down to Jacksonville. Everybody's talking about them draft picks. You know that Browns draft pick for Jacksonville now is like 26? 26 are battling for supremacy of the AFC South. Both teams 8-4. Daniel Jones hasn't been great in the last few weeks, ever since the Pittsburgh game, to be honest. And Jacksonville, man, hey, they just been racking up victories and everything. And I don't think this week will be any different. I got Jacksonville winning this game 28-24. It'll be close, but I got Jacksonville pulling it out and taking the lead in the AFC South 28-24. Which leads me into this next game. The Cincinnati Bengals with Joe Burrow back fresh off a 32-14 ass whooping of the Baltimore Ravens in Baltimore on Thanksgiving, take on the Buffalo Bills. Everybody thinks this is going to be Cincinnati going into Buffalo to win. But not so fast. Not so fast. Josh Allen has shown you can put this team on his back, and he will carry them. And with James Cook, and last time I checked, Cincinnati defense ain't great. They're not great at all and everything. And today, I think the crowd in Buffalo will carry the Bills over. I got the Bills beating the Bengals 31-24. 31-24, the Bills over the Bengals. Which leads me to this game. Battle of the NFC North. And who would have ever thought the Chicago Bears are the leading team really in the NFC right now? The Chicago Bears visit Lambeau to take on the Green Bay Packers. Chicago Bears 9-3, the Packers 8-3-1. Battle of NFC North supremacy. Ben Johnson has changed the culture. Totally changed the culture. Totally changed the culture in Chicago. Caleb Williams, everybody was worried about Caleb Williams in the summertime and August and everything. And I said, the dude is going to be fine. It's going to be fine. If you looked at his statistics last year, he wasn't bad. He just had to quit taking unnecessary sacks. But today, I have to go with Green Bay. I have to go with Green Bay today. If Jordan Love and Green Bay don't turn the ball over, which I don't think they will, I think they will beat Chicago at home. I got the Packers winning 27-21. I got the Packers winning round one between these two because they play 2 of the next 3 weeks. So I got the Packers winning 27-21. Which leads me to this game. The Houston Texans, 6-6, going up against the Kansas City Chiefs, who are playing for their playoff lives at 6-6. It's going to be a tough road for Kansas City today. 3 starting offensive linemen are out. And Houston got that number 1 defense. Number 1 defense. And I don't know if Pat Mahomes is going to be able to pull it off. But this is a game because it's not like the Texans offense is going to run away from the Chiefs either. And normally, my mind is telling me to go with Houston in this game. Because KC doesn't have 3 starting offensive linemen or whatnot. But it's hard to bet against Mahomes, especially in Arrowhead. It's very hard to bet against Mahomes. And they're not playing Philadelphia. So I'm going with Kansas City in a defensive battle, and Kansas City wins 20-17. It's going to be a tough game, but I got Kansas City winning 20-17. Which leads me into this game. The Philadelphia Eagles, who have been slumping, 8-4, going up against the Los Angeles Chargers. Justin Herbert will be a game-time decision. Philadelphia, they got problems. No Jalen Carter. Offense is looking a mess. And I'm going to say this. I'm just going to go like this. If Justin Herbert plays, no Jalen Carter up the middle, I got the LA Chargers winning this game. And I'm going to go with LA winning this game 24-17. If Justin Herbert plays. But I think he is playing. But I got the LA Chargers winning this game 24-17. Philly just don't look right. They don't. They just don't look right. And I don't know what to say. Maybe it's a Super Bowl hangover. Because Saquon don't look the same. I mean, and when you don't want a ring, you generally play fat. Play like you don't need it. no sense of urgency or whatever and stuff. Because Chicago bullied Philadelphia on Black Friday. They gave Philly black eyes on Black Friday. But I got the Chargers winning 24-17, which leads me into the game that we're all most likely interested in. That's not it. That's not it. Okay. The Cleveland Browns, the Tennessee Titans, and the Cleveland Browns. Tennessee Titans 1-11, the Cleveland Browns 3-9. Battle of the last place players in the AFC South and the AFC North. Honestly, this should be a game that the Browns win. All they got to do is just stay out their own way. If the Browns can manage to stay out their own way and play complimentary football, something I've been asking for a while, but I don't never seem to get, especially when it comes to our special teams. The Browns should win this game, but if the special teams do what they continue to do and the offense doesn't lift off the ground, this could be a real competitive game. Far more competitive than I would like to see. But I'm going to go with the Cleveland Browns to pull this game out. And I'll say they win it 20-13. Yep, the Cleveland Browns win 20-13 over the Tennessee Titans. And the Browns will go to 4-9 on the season. I'm up here doing some stuff on remind me and everything and stuff. But that's what I got. My quick picks for today. I'm back. Quick picks for the day. Got the Browns winning 20-13. And I think Shador will probably, if he goes I'll say, 16 or 28, about 180 yards, 2 scores. 2 scores, I'll be good. It's 2 scores. Thing is, hopefully no outlandish sacks and no turnovers. Take care of the ball and take care of the down and distance and everything for Shador and stuff like that. Now, before I go, I want to say one thing as I'm going to talk about Ohio State. Ohio State took an L yesterday. They lost to the Indiana Hoosiers 13-10. But it's a loss. Ohio State ain't got nothing to be ashamed of. And I'm going to give credit where it's due to Indiana. Because they heard all year they couldn't beat Ohio State. All year. And I'm going to be honest. That team is a problem. And like I said, Mendoza, he made me a believer. Because dude made every throw that they had to make in order to beat Ohio State. Every throw. Poise, now he's a little quirky and everything, but hey, quirky is good. Especially when you win it. And quirky is good when you can make plays. When you need them the most and everything. But like I said, all's not lost for Ohio State because last year at this time, they lost, well, not at this time, but last year they lost to Michigan by the same score. And they went on ahead and won the title. So, hey, all is not lost and everything. It was a tough loss, though. It was a tough loss. Missed field goal. Um, and the Buckeyes didn't take advantage of opportunities when they was in the red zone. And they caught up with them. They caught up with them. But hey, Buckeyes will be waiting for their opponent in the college playoff because I don't think they're going to fall too farther. How can you penalize a team who loses to who is now the number one team and you lost to them in only a 3-point ball game? You can't penalize nobody like that. You cannot penalize no team like that. I think at the worst, Ohio State probably be the third seed in the college football playoff. They might be the second seed. Who knows? But I think they'll probably be the third seed more than likely. More than likely. And Indiana, hey. Congrats to Indiana. They're number one. Congrats to them. And it just shows that you don't have to move to the marquee program to get your college squad rocking. You don't. You don't have to move to the marquee program. And I'm not shitting on Lane Kiffin or nobody like that, but I'm just saying you don't have to move to the marquee program. Shoot, Indiana was like the all-time loser in college football. And look where they at now. With Cincinnati. Damn good coach. And he got a damn good quarterback in Mendoza. And they got a damn good team. And I wish them luck in the playoffs. I wish them luck. And hopefully OSU faces them again in the championship. Now, wouldn't that be something? To face Indiana again in the national championship? Wouldn't that be something? But, got some more things to say before I go away. Shout out to the Division IV state champion Glenville Tarblooders, who defeated Shelby, the Shelby Whippets, 45-7 on Friday morning in the state championship game down in Canton. Shout out to the Tarblooders. This is their third title in the past 4 years. Imagine that. 3 titles in the past 4 years. And I don't think the cupboard is bare. So shout out to the Glenville Tarblooders. Congratulations to Coach Ted Ginn and the gang. Y'all doing wonders. And keep on doing it. Keep doing what you do. Shout out to y'all. CMSD. Also on top of that, also got to give a shout out to the Avon Eagles, who won in Division II for the second year in a row by defeating Cincinnati Anderson 37-20. 2 years in a row. Avon, that's what's up. Because like I said, me, myself, bring these titles up to Northeast Ohio. Forget down south. Forget Central Ohio. Bring them up here to Northeast Ohio. And also, shout out to the Kirtland Hornets, who won their state championship game. Seems like Curtin be there every year. It seems like Curtin be there every year. And I want to see who did they beat and everything. Kirtland, it's like a tradition with Kirtland and everything. But shout out to the Kirtland Hornets, who have won for the 5th straight year. Woo. Yep. Shout out to the Kirtland Hornets, who defeated Hopewell London 41-6. Man, Northeast Ohio football rocks for real. Northeast Ohio football is the shit. I don't care what nobody say. In any other areas of Ohio, Northeast Ohio football, high school football, is the shit. is the shit for sure. Definitely. Shout out to Glenville. Shout out to Avon. Shout out to Kirtland. And everything. Now also got 2 more things to tell y'all. A couple more things to tell y'all. Because I got bad news. The Browns inactives today. Mason Graham, inactive. Mike Hall Jr., inactive. Which was shocking to me because you didn't hear about him on the injury report. Just very shocking. Didn't hear about him. And they also lost Malik Collins for the season. So who joined? Wyatt Teller, Jack Conklin are on the inactive list. So, yeah, Raheem Sanders, James Thrash, Brendan Bates, Wyatt Teller, Jack Conklin, Aiden Huntington. Along with Mason Graham and Mike Hall Jr. So the Browns going to be up against it today. Like I said, it's going to probably be a struggle. But I expect the Browns to still come out with the win, 20-13 over the Titans. Well, this is your man, Keith Allen. And I'm going to ask y'all this. If you're not doing that later on today, probably about 4:45 or maybe 5 o'clock or 4:30, check out the AllAboutSports216 Cleveland Browns postgame show. As we'll talk about the game unfolding today between the Tennessee Titans and the Cleveland Browns. Hopefully we'll be talking about a Browns victory. But anyway, everybody have a good afternoon. Be safe, be happy, and go Browns.
Go Brownies, here we go. Here we go Brownies, here we go. Here we go Brownies, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go Brownies, here we go. Here we go Brownies, here we go. Here we go Brownies, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Cleveland is the city and town, orange and brown. You know what's going down. We reppin' that dog pound. Fans going crazy. Dogs want a bone. Offense headed straight to the end zone. Ground game, pound game. This is our season. Now we need to stop. Let's go defense. Special team running back 6 for the score. Extra point good and the whole crowd roar. Here we go Brownies, here we go. Here we go Brownies, here we go. Here we go Brownies, here we go. Here we go. Here we go.